So actually, I want to start our talks today with you on our experience on using train as a transportation.
Oh, okay.
And
Well, I don't know.
let's start with your experience first.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been on a train for quite a long time. I've only been on a train when I was in my recent university, right over in Universitas Parayaman.
Bandung.
Right, yeah, right over Bandung. I don't know. At the time, At the time, I didn't know Bandung was the town for youth and everything. So apparently, so it was the first-hand experience of me basically finding out that there are drunk dudes just slobbering, sleeping right next to me when I was just going to Bandung the first time.
But how was your experience on the transportation itself that you're using in order for you to go to Bandung? Like myself, I prefer maybe travel from bus. If I have to go to Bandung, but yours is train, so how is it?
I don't know. I usually did all the payments by online. I went towards the website, and then just did it from over there because it's a hassle. It's a hassle apparently. You go right over towards near the locker, right? You're waiting for like 5 to 10 minutes, and people left. I don't have that patience.
I get it.
Yeah.
I've been there. My ex is in Bandung, so yeah, train is the only way.
Yeah.
Actually, my last time I home on a train maybe like a year ago, if I'm not mistaken. I guess it's if I'm not mistaken again, maybe in Malaysia.
Oh, Malaysia. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to Georgetown, so I hop in a bus and a train.
Yeah,
That's
but
a big thing.
you go right over towards the KLIA Air Express.
Oh, no.
No, it was.
From the airport, I choose to hop on a taxi, like a bag, really big. But actually, I'm quite interested, and I want to question on how if we as a passenger of mass transportation, in this particular case as a train, as a mass transportation, how if we as a passenger inside a train that incidentally accident.
Yeah.
How like I've never imagined that before, but how would it happen to us?
I don't know. Most of the time when, let's look at it. If we were to look up right over towards the regulations, right? One of the criteria for whether if you're inclined to like a restitution or basically as kind of a compensation from the train company is that one of the internal factors and external factors is that you either have to be safe right over at the occurrence of the crash or right over at the instant, right? Right. This is supported all by the Act number 23 of 2007 regarding train regulations. Is that if you guys want to be compensated for an incident, for example, it's that whether you have an injury happen to you right over at the incident, or otherwise, then it's just more of like more of a you want to claim for an immaterial right compensation.
But have you
happened. Well, we got a case here. Under the class action lawsuit that was done by Bernadette William. Right over this case went back from 25th December of 2001. So when that happened was that when it did happen, there was this insurance called this is an exclusive insurance renewal from train services, right over train services. One of the insurances that you're insured of is basically Raharja Insurance Services or asuransi jasa harga. Yeah. So when this was a case that happened right over in Canada. The train that goes right over towards Privilege Sabunan. So what she claimed was that right over according to Article 28 of the recent year 1992, about Act number 13 of 1992 was that she had the right to claim like the consumers were entitled to what happened if she was in that train and it actually an accident did occur, even if it was foreseeable or unforeseeable. Okay. Yeah. I think that would be what it would be it, right? That would be like a big thing exactly. Whether if it was foreseeable or unforeseeable, if you get what I mean.
Okay.
So like if it was predictable, you would try to go right towards civil court. Yeah, probably civil court under the civil whether if it was due to negligence.
Yeah. But my take on maybe it's much more easier to talk about it because it's quite complicated, regulation. Misalnya terjadinya si kecelakaan kan pasti ada kejadian terus pasti ada aftermath-nya kan. Aftermath-nya kalau my takes menurut gue kereta api yang dimiliki oleh PT KAI di kasus ini tadi kasus yang Brebes itu.
Iya, Brebes.
Berarti kan implikasinya si PT tersebut, PT KAI harus mereka responsible on what happened gitu kan. Mereka bertanggung jawab. Dan sebenarnya mereka tuh karena mereka memiliki service transportasi, ya mereka harus mengantarkan kita sebagai passenger, mau barang, mau ini secara selamat dari satu base to another gitu.
Yeah, that's one of the insurance itu kayak salah satu yang emang dipastikan asuransi yang dipastikan apalagi kalau bisa dibangun juga.
Jadi sebenarnya aku mungkin tadi pas when you talk about the cases as an example, I research it. I research myself. Rata-rata kecelakaan itu either nggak force me, ya paling banyak force me.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, like man, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Due to the circumstances, it's hard for us to talk to each other.
Yeah,
directly.
We plan to originally record this outside, guys. So we tried recording outside, and the back sound would just. We found out the back sound for every other coffee shop would just not allow us to record in such a friendly and hospitable place.
And also, it's quite inconvenience if you're out for too long. You know, COVID, nothing nice. So yeah, lately,
We thought this might be the best way to go.
uh,
Should we,
sorry.
should we start?
So should I start?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Actually, there's a curiosity in me on our habits as a human, that all we need to be transported into one place to another, gitu.
Right.
Like the habits of the people, how they transport from one place to another. And one thing that I want to talk with you, Sam, is mass as a train, as a mass transportation. Okay, so we may start with your experience with train. When is the last time you hop in a train, or your experience on using train?
I don't know, man. I think when I was using the train, I think I went from Jakarta to Bandung. I originally was going to another university, one university back then.
Mm.
I had to just hop in a train back and forth right over from Jakarta to Bandung every time there's probably a holiday or just a break right over from each semester or from each week or so.
Yeah, just like me, lah. I've been there also. Bandung Jakarta takes too long, You may take the highway for 2 hours. Much better.
Usually the journey is like three
Yeah,
hours
3.5.
3 hours or so, but the waiting time you could be there only for a day. You
Ridiculous.
have to
Ridiculous.
rent a
Ridiculous.
hotel room.
Yeah. I've been there. My very last time I hopped in a train was, I think, last year, I guess, before the third semester. I have a trip to Penang, and I hop in, and I choose to use a train from KL to one city that I forget the name of, and then transit, change to the bus, and go to Penang.
Oh,
So yeah, that's what.
So was that using the KLIA Express, or was it?
No.
No, it's not.
It's different thing. KLIA Express only take you from the airport into the city central, right?
Right. And then that's just public
Yeah.
train. Because only for Indonesia, we only recognize PT KAI.
Oh yeah, PTKI.
Right. So anyway, speaking of trains, guys, we'd like to, other than speaking of our experiences of riding trains between right over from the PT KAI and Malaysia, and also the public train right over in Malaysia, we'd like to discuss the legalities of transportation law, basically mostly regarding about trains.
Yeah. Okay.
I think probably what I would probably do, probably the most the first legal thing that first legal problem that would come up right over my head regarding regarding trains in a legal problem would be what happens, the legal consequences apparently right over when a train gets into an accident, for example.
Yeah. Same, just the same as me. we both maybe we both share the same curiosity on how if an incident occurred while we as a passenger of a train happens, what will happen after that, the
Right.
legal consequence. Yeah,
Yeah, it would be
I think
it
yeah,
would
the
be terrifying.
responsibility of
Yeah.
yeah, of course,
It would be terrifying. Like exactly right over at the Article 3 of the of the Act number 23 of 2007 regarding trains, right? It's so basically one of the assurances that it is insured for every other passenger, regardless if there's an accident or not. Regardless of that, if I think what would be I think what would be the factor of whether when we get into an accident, right? I think my worry is that if I can't get a compensation, whatever, if I injure myself, if I broke my leg, for example, trying to sit down, and then just hit my knee right over kneecap right over towards the other side of the seat. Well, what do you do? So I think what I found out is that one of the ways if you I don't know one of the ways if you found out that you're I think the most common sense is that if you're already injured, if there's a evidence of either injured and there's no there's no degree of where you're not safe according to the external or internal factor of the train station, you would be insured of the compensation for right over from Ketika, if that is if according to Indonesian law.
So yeah, um, I do agree with you, but PTKI need to need to be responsible on PTKI should be responsible if any of incident might occur in along the way gitu. Karena apa ya? Karena I'm sorry to be to be bilingual because this particular topics it's quite complicated to be divine to be discussed in bahasa in English because yeah it's complicated. Maybe I'll mix them both lah. PTKI selayaknya dan seharusnya bertanggung jawab atas keselamatan dan keamanan penyelenggaraannya perkereta apian karena ya dia yang bertanggung jawab. Perlu kita pahami dulu beberapa definisi yang ada di dalam undang-undang mengenai kereta api ini sendiri lah. Kita bisa lihat ya I've been when you're talking about the kereta the train itself, I do research about the regulations on how the PT KAI should responsible towards if any incident might happen. Regulasi yang mengatur itu sebenarnya adalah undang-undang Sendawa. Undang-Undang Nomor 23 Tahun 2007 tentang perkereta apian. Ya, atau bisa disebut ya Law of the Trains atau UU Perkereta Apian lah. Kita harus look up to that regulations itu. Di sini dicantumkan bahwa ya perkereta apian diselenggarakan ya tujuannya untuk mengantarkan atau memperlancar perpindahan orang atau barang dari satu tempat ke tempat lain. inti tujuan pertamanya tuh the aim of the existence of the train itself that regulates and the law that I stated before. The aim of the train itself is for untuk melancarkan perpindahan orang, and not only for the passenger, the human passenger, but they are also aim for memperlancar perpindahan barang. Jadi nggak cuma penumpang manusia, ada juga barang di situ secara selamat dan aman. Sorry, belum makan soalnya. Belum sempat makan dari tadi. I'm sorry. Aduh. Ya kalau misalnya terjadi kecelakaan, ya, kecelakaan kan it might happen to anyone gitu, nggak cuma kereta, nggak cuma ya kan ya kita tahu sendiri kan, nggak cuma kereta, tapi karena we both share the same curiosity about the train as transportasi massal gitu. Secara jika kereta api menghadapi sebuah insiden, yaitu accident gitu, biasanya kan accident terjadi karena kelalaian kan, bisa jadi kelalaian manusia atau kelalaian karena ada sistem atau barang-barang perintilan yang emang sudah nggak layak pakai. Jika kelalaian tersebut karena human resource, itu bisa kita sebut force major. Jadi kalau misalnya force major, PT KAI nggak bertanggung jawab atas kesalahan tersebut, karena apa yang mereka siapkan yaitu kereta api gitu. Kereta apinya running well gitu. Maka PT KAI sebagai penyelenggara prasarana perkereta apian tidak bertanggung jawab. Ya, itu semua ada di pasal 157 Undang-Undang Perkereta Apian sih sebenarnya. Tapi panjang, complicated.
Ya, tapi itu sih yang aku selalu ituin juga sih, pikirin juga sih, like kan kalau misalnya kayak apa ya, I think the question is always how do you determine whether it's a force majeure or whether it's not, right? Like what's the process as well, and where do you base it off? That's always my question as well. What's the steps as well, you know?
Pardon, sir. The design, the connection, I guess. The connection.
How to investigate? You know, how to investigate how to investigate when there's a crash between or an accident right over for the train.
The investigation.
Yeah.
Oh, oke. Oke. Kalau di dalam bahasa mungkin investigasi apabila kereta api tersebut terguling atau kecelakaan lah ya. Yeah.
What I found out interesting itu adalah kalau misalnya apalagi juga itu kan apa? There was always ada kondisi kalau misalnya investigasi itu diselenggarakan berdasarkan tiga prinsip kan, apa kalau misalnya untuk mencari kesalahan, like no blame between either of the parties, or tidak memberikan saksi atau hukuman, no judicial consequence between the either two parties. Habis itu juga ini the investigation itu juga is also done untuk tidak mencari siapa yang bertanggung jawab atau yang menanggung kerugian, like whether there's a force majeure between either of the parties, and that's found right over in Article 2 of itu apa, the government regulation number 62 of 2013. That's enough.
Mengenai investigasi
Iya.
tersebut. Oke.
Nah, what I found, apa yang aku nemuin menarik juga sih ini sih apa, kalau misalnya mereka udah mikirin juga bukan diantara terguling sama tabrakan antara kereta juga, apa di antara apa kalau misalnya untuk melaksanakan investigasi itu mereka ada empat kalau misalnya emang udah yang mereka udah familiar itu diantara kalau misalnya tabrakan antara kereta api itu ya, kereta api terguling ada itu kereta api anjlok atau enggak kereta api terbakar. Itu ditemuin di itu apa ada pasal 6 sama pasal 7 dari regulasi dari peraturan pemerintah 62 tahun 2013. Jadi di antara kecelakaan, jadi yang aku tahu itu adalah kita belum pernah ada kecelakaan area yang lain lagi that could happen other than those four.
Oh, jadi kalau misalnya tapi kalau misalnya nih, sebentar. Kalau misalnya kan tadi udah ada kriteria nggak sih maksudnya?
Iya, jadi kan dibilangin kan pelaksanaan investigasinya itu yang dilakukan itu kalau terhadap kecelakaan kereta api itu ya terdiri di antara keempat itu.
Ya kalau misalnya ada tipe kecelakaan baru gitu, terbang atau berarti pelaksanaan, ya kan pelaksanaan investigasi.
Meledak bisa nggak sih kalau misalnya apalagi terbakar kan itu kan ya udah itu dibakar itu kan api doang kan. Kalau misalnya tiba-tiba meledak gitu kan itu yang aku itu sih kayak like an oil tank explosion.
Tapi kalau misalnya lo inget film, if you remember the movie, I guess Fast 6 ya.
Fast what?
Lu nonton ini nggak sih? Are you watching Fast and Furious 6 or 7?
Oh yeah, what about it?
Pokoknya ada scene di mana dia tuh mobil dalam kereta, if I'm not mistaken again, kereta keluar dari mobil, ya keretanya meledak for sure, man. Because there's an action of beep 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 beep. It's blew up.
I think kayaknya yang yang kalau misalnya the closest I can think of whether you can pin on someone's mistake right on a train accident would be that of you remember James Bond right over in Skyfall when he was working the crane. Yeah, you could sue the MI6 for that definitely. Itu case beneran banget sih apalagi untuk kereta api. Untuk apa? Kereta api ya.
Kalau nggak salah di Spectre juga ada deh. Ya sih, scene dia di kereta tapi aku lupa sih terusannya gimana. Kan dia di kereta tuh. Dan Craig Daniels. Cool.
Yeah, let's say for like what I found out also as well, right? Within Article 12 of the government regulation number 62 of 2013, it said that the investigation by the authorities involved, they have to find they have to find two criteria for what the compensation for PTKI will involve. The first criteria would be that of how many victims were involved, and also the second one would be the damage or what is not operational right over from the from the train, like such as the train station or that it has let me just read it right over in Indonesian. Kerusakan atau tidak dapat beroperasinya kereta api yang mengakibatkan rintangan selama lebih dari 6 jam untuk kedua arah. Ya. Jadi here's a tidbit here. Misalkan keguling kan, habis itu it's like one train blocking both ways. If you were able to, let's say one of the guys yang untuk memperbaikinya itu tuh mereka bisa ambilin dari railway-nya itu kurang dari like 5 hours and 30 minutes. Are you allowed for, boleh gak sih diminta kompensasi untuk itu?
Ya di sini sih yang dijelaskan kan sebenarnya menurut pasal 12 yang tadi Sam sebutin, yang kamu sebutin, ya di pasal tersebut dijelasin kriteria kecelakaan kereta api yang wajib dilakukan investigasi oleh KNKT. Ya cuman kalau misalnya korban jiwa atau kerusakan yang tidak dapat beroperasinya kereta api yang mengakibatkan rintang jalan gitu. Tapi misalnya ada kalau misalnya ada yang lain terjadi ya I don't know. Tapi kalau kita ngeliat ke regulasinya kan kayak gitu bentuknya kan.
Ya, tapi kalau misalnya gini kan, let's say it's one board, ya, I don't know. Let's say if it's one board, ya itu apa, ya untuk engine-nya itu kan yang untuk paling depannya itu kan. Itu cuma satu masinis doang, itu mau terguling. He jumps out of the train without any injury, that thing, and then that thing rolls blocking both ways.
Ya tetap mesti diinvestigasi lah. Itu kan first major juga kan. Dia ngebawa kereta api yang notabene dimiliki PT KAI dan yang bertanggung jawab juga PT KAI akan kecelakaan tersebut gitu. Jadi mesti diinvestigasi mengapa masinis tersebut bisa-bisanya mengalami insiden tersebut gitu. Walaupun dia nggak bawa penumpang ya. Itu KNKT masih harus menginvestigasi kecelakaan tersebut mestinya ya, karena walaupun tanpa passenger, kereta itu ngerugiin pengguna jalan misalnya, atau kerusakan di pinggir-pinggir rel yang terdampak. Kalau misalnya kasusnya seperti yang tadi saya bilang ya.
Oh ya, aku baru ini dari I already found information as well. As that kalau misalnya kejadian seperti itu emang bisa terjadi, and it could, yeah, right. Kalau di laporan investigasinya itu kan jadi kan biasanya dia terbuat dari jadi preliminary report dulu. Habis itu dibuat dalam ada akhir finalnya itu. It takes 2 stages of the investigation report, and then for every other the right of every citizen, apalagi juga, or the right for every other citizen is that this information for every other accident right over the train is assured under Article 53 dari Article 53 of Government Regulation Number 62 of 2013, is that it has to be available and it can be used right over for the society.
Yeah. So, I guess apa yang kita obrolin ini kan actually it's horrifying kan. But I hope seenggaknya buat kita berdua kita nggak jadi trauma naik kereta karena kita ngomongin insiden-insiden terus dari tadi. Ya dong. Ya semoga kedepannya kita kalau naik kereta nggak ada sugesti-sugesti yang ngebawa kita untuk mengingat pas ini yang tadi kita omongin dari tadi ini kan insiden semua kan. Semoga itu nggak terjadi kepada kita. Ya karena udah malam juga mungkin cukup Sam.